welcome. Nah, man, first of all, I want to say thank you for taking that time out of your day to come kick it with me because I know you got a busy ass schedule. So
thank you so much for having me, and I'm honestly flattered that you even asked me.
No, of course, no doubt. Easy, man. Just first of all, introduce yourself to the people, say who you are, what you do, and go from there, man.
My name is Emma. I'm a graphic designer. I've been working for myself for 2 years now as a freelancer.
Yeah.
Always lived in Brisbane. Mum's from the UK, so I've got UK side to me, and then Dad's from Australia, so just
Aussie.
True
that. So 2 years in the job now. Like, did you go to university for this?
So I actually did my design course. How long ago is it now? About 4 years ago. I graduated. So first year out of school, I did a diploma of visual arts.
Yeah.
Visual arts wasn't quite the thing that you'd want to do as a career because as a visual artist, you literally start at rock bottom and have to build your way up so much.
Yeah.
Love the whole creativity thing behind it because I did like sculpture, painting, drawing, all that stuff. So I'm really lucky I have that background to what I do now because it does help me out so much. But then looked more into as a career path what I'd want to be doing. I've always loved being on computers and stuff when I was in school. So I was like,
a geek.
Yeah, why don't we try graphic design? And then the more I looked into it, the more it was an evolving sort of career path to take because like in this day and age could not be a better time to be a graphic designer.
With social media and stuff.
Oh, it's crazy.
It is
crazy. So, no, I did my visual arts diploma and then was like, sweet, let's go do this. I didn't want to go to uni because I just don't have the attention span to sit there for 4 years and do a whole degree. Although some of the marketing stuff might have helped out. I think, yeah.
But you learn more by just doing shit, right? Like
that's it. That's exactly why I went to the place I went to. I went to CATC Design School at West End.
Very cool.
They...
Shout out.
No, it's a part of Torrens University, so it's a creative hub sort of thing. So they've got interior design, graphic design, fashion design, and a few other things within them as well. So, studied there. It was only a year-long course, but it was a very intense year. Like, it was just back-to-back assignments the whole time. So.
Was it hands-on or was it, like, online or was it mostly, like, in-class work?
Like, you'd submit all your assignments online as you do with uni.
Yeah.
But you had still, like, your 3-4 classes that you'd go to every afternoon. Like, the classes weren't even during the day. They were at night time. So, like, I still was working 2 jobs at the time. And then I was like,
jeez, the grind,
let's go study. Let's go do this. So, yeah, it was a very intense year for me when I did actually study graphic design. So,
yeah. Sounds hectic. What would your parents say, like, when you're like, I want to be a graphics designer? Because obviously parents are like, you'll be a doctor, a lawyer, all that kind of shit.
Or you'll marry a friggin' brain surgeon or something like that.
Can't relate.
Yeah, they always sort of knew that I was going to take a creative path in life because I'm very...
artsy?
Yeah, I've got that from my nana and my mum.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Wouldn't be where I am without them now.
Shout out to mama
for sure.
and grandma.
Shout out. Nah, they have massively influenced me to be the creative sort of person that I am now as well.
That's dope.
Particularly my nana, because she's got the mentality of don't care what other people like, just do what you like. And
fuck with that. Respect that. Yeah. That's dope. Shout out to Nana there, man. That's dope.
Even now, like, she's not even doing much creative stuff now, but I feel like I can still talk to her so much about what I'm doing. And she has a general interest. Like, at the moment, she's 73, I think. She's building websites for people, so...
See, I like that, man.
Like, how crazy is that? How many 73-year-olds
cool
designing websites?
People they put like a limit on their kind of potential when they get to like a certain age. So, like, to see that your grandma's still out here trying to make shit happen, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But, like, with your business, so what's the name of your business?
So, my business name is ELR Graphics, my initials and then graphics. It was... actually pretty tricky to come up with a business name.
Super creative, eh?
Oh, yeah. Well, like, you see other people with these wicked names for their business and you're like, okay, so what exactly is it that you do? Or But no, my business name came from, like, one of my uni, like, design assignments that I did. So I just followed through with that. And even the logo that I did for myself, I was like, oh, yeah, that'll do for now. Like, it's shit. It'll friggin' do for now. But then I've sort of rolled with it and seen it on things. People are like, oh, I love your logo. I want my logo to look like yours. You're like, oh, God, I did something right. Like, okay.
I can, like, simple is good, right? It's like simple, sweet. You know what I mean? But, like,
the point.
How'd you, like, cause you said social media is, like, a great time to start a business right now. So how'd you kind of get your business off the ground? What was the process like?
I'm honestly so lucky. I haven't had to spend a cent on advertising. Like, all my work has come from referrals and my work sort of speaking for itself, I guess, which is a really, really good thing. I guess it shows... if you love what you do, you'll get the work. Like, But there's not many people in the industry and in the creative industry though that, well, particularly in design, because they either work for a big firm and they just rock up 9 to 5, go home. Like they don't have the interest in it other than work.
Like a paycheck?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I find that I'm so lucky what I do is basically my hobby. Like you'll always have your days where you're like, oh God, like I don't even want to look at a computer, but it's more of a hobby for me than anything. So I'm really, really lucky that that's the case because not many people do it, and I just
most people do like shit jobs they don't even like. Yeah. It's a sad part, but you know,
literally
part of life, right?
Yeah.
So like, what was it like your first, I guess, client? How'd you get that off the ground? Like, what was the process like?
Oh gosh, I think my first proper working for someone was fit as fuck gym at Kangaroo Point with my mate Macca hit me up to talk to the big boss Giorgio, and they were like, yep, sweet, we've got this little project for you, prove to us what you can do. And then from there they're like, yep, sweet, you're good enough.
So did he pay you initially? That was just like a trial kind of thing?
No, they didn't pay me for the trial. That was obviously me trying to get my foot in the right door to prove what I'm made of.
Can do this shit,
yeah. But yeah, obviously as a junior designer, you build your way up through the wages of everything as well. So like you've got your junior designer, your midweight designer, and then your senior designer. So a junior designer is probably about 3 to 4 years, and then you're a midweight for a designer for quite a long time, and then you're up to a senior designer. So
you're like on the verge of being a mid designer now? Or? Because you're like 4 years deep now, or what?
No, I'd be on the verge of like a junior to midweight designer now, I think. But putting a name to something like that shouldn't really deter how good your work is, I feel. Like I've had a few of my good designer mates tell me like obviously being an artist, you're like your own worst critic is yourself. Like you'll always have stuff you absolutely hate, and that was a good thing I explored with visual arts as well. You pretty much hate everything you do, but it's not until someone else looks at your work and goes, "Holy crap, you can actually do stuff." You're like, "Oh, okay, that's really flattering."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, for my first sort of job and everything, just.
That's major too, man, because they're pretty big, eh? Like,
they're getting around Brisbane pretty well, and they've got the online and then the actual gym. So, if it weren't for Giorgio and him sort of helping me out networking and everything, I don't think I would have made it anywhere near to what I have now. So, big thanks to him.
Keep it humble. Shout out to Fit as Fuck Gym.
Yeah.
Where do you work out there or now?
Not really.
Damn, really?
Not so much anymore.
Yeah. So after that, was it like just like a roll on, basically, like word of mouth kind of?
Yeah, pretty much. Just mutual contact and everything. Like picked up a lot of PTs from being in the gym as well.
Yeah, I see that on your Instagram page. A lot of. I didn't want to be one of those people. I was like, nah, I can't.
Lots of PTs, and then family, friends, and whatnot as well. And then obviously picking up bigger clients, working with I'm with Ford Digital Agency now, Ford PR,
cool.
In the Valley. So that was always like a dream of mine to be like working as a graphic designer for myself and being like in the Valley in that sort of scene niche.
Creative, artsy.
It's wicked to say. I'm actually doing it now. So.
Yeah, certified, huh?
Yeah,
official.
That's it. So no, with working with Nat at Ford PR, we've got quite a few big clients. So we were working with the Euroshop, Defiant Duck. Lots of the big hospitality places around Brisbane, like that are still small businesses, but have a bit of a name for themselves around Brisbane. So being able to put my name against that design work is such a massive thing for me. Like it's building your way up the ladder.
Because I see your work everywhere now, man. So that must be, how does that make you feel? Like actually seeing your shit out there like, on like products, you're like, damn, like
it's pretty daunting.
Surreal?
Yeah, massively. Just like, oh my God, like. I did that, like,
oh,
no way, someone else could have done that.
You cry?
I haven't cried, but it's definitely rewarding to know that your work's actually appreciated because that's a big thing in the creative industry, like people understanding your time and effort that you put into things and the background sort of research and knowledge and stuff that goes into stuff rather than like, I'll pay you for this will be this much, okay, done. Like just the general respect for designing.
Man, that's mad, man. It's cool to see, man. Congrats. Yeah. All right. But like, what's been like the toughest like part of the journey? Like, owning a small business is like, it's not easy, man. Like, so much behind the scene work that you got to do, people don't see. So
it was, for sure, definitely starting off. Like, I'm still constantly hit with things that challenge me. Like, being a designer in itself is a challenge for every client that you get. But yeah, initially starting off because you'd start off, say, charging $50 a logo. Yeah, and now I'm charging a lot more than that, but it's, just building yourself up. Like, you cannot say no to anyone. Like, everyone's yes, 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 yes. Get as much work as you can.
At the start, yep.
Bite off more than you can chew and just go for it.
Did you have like any like sort of mentors to kind of help you with like when it comes to like pricing and all those little little things?
I always underestimated my value as a designer. That's one thing you really can't do as a creative.
Yeah.
Like, never underestimate yourself of how much you're actually
worth. Yeah, okay, I respect that.
Because there's people that friggin' design the most simplest things for these big companies like Google, Yahoo, everything like that, and make like 2-3 changes to their logo, and they get paid like a couple $1 million for it. So I'm
gonna change my career then. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's serious. Like, it's just little things like that. So definitely as an artist, never underestimate yourself. And I've only recently been able to get that in my own head, because I'd always ask my say photography friends and other design mates and stuff, and they'd just be like, oh, like, you should be charging this much, you should be charging this much. Like, it's never really been set in concrete how much you should and shouldn't be charging.
Depends on the work
charge what you think you're worth.
$1 million. Bruh, are you serious? Bruh, I'll be rich as hell if I do it. Like, nah, okay, cool, that's cool. So when it came to, how do you deal with like backlash from like when you get like a new customer or client that wants?
Been a big thing.
How do you deal with that stuff?
One thing I really wish I knew before I started designing was covering my own ass and how to do that properly. So my current terms and conditions now scare the shit out of me, because they're so in detail, and like, I'm like, whoa, it sounds like I just got some crazy ass person to write that up for me. And so it's so important to do that, because even friends and stuff, like, I find the best way you can support your mates, even with small businesses, is paying full price. Like,
straight up, man.
Like, as much as you want to look after them and all that, you're like, I'm giving you my business in the first place. So
it's work.
To be able to help your mates even more, you'd want to pay. Like, even with other design friends of mine, I'm like, yeah, sweet, I'll look after that. Like, I want you to do that for me. I'll pay you full price. Like, I don't care. Like, I know how much your time and work is worth. So
Did you have friends like that? Like, oh, can I get like a discount?
Yeah. Oh, there's always going to be those people like, oh, yeah, we're good mates. You want to do this for me for free? And you're just like, no.
You still do it? Or what?
Oh, look, like,
you've done it before in the past, but now it's like, hey, man, I'm up now. I'm official.
Bills to pay, things to do. Yeah.
Kids to feed.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Unless you know that you're going to get something just as good in return. Like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, that sort of stuff. Because, like, people are like, oh, yeah, I'll promote you and stuff on my Instagram, but you get nothing from it. You're just like, no.
A few followers and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even like hit you up, so it's like fucking pointless.
Yeah. So, you just got to look out for yourself massively. That's a big thing.
Good advice.
That's a big thing.
When it comes to, like, getting, like, a new client or whatnot, what's the process like?
Well, because I luckily haven't ever spent a cent in having to advertise or anything. I have people messaging me and emailing me all the time. So
DMs.
Yeah, slide into the DMs. So when people slide into my DMs, obviously I just
for business.
Yeah, business only purposes. Just find out obviously what they're after initially, that whole process, and then my mum actually asked me about that the other day. She's like, "So how do you even do it all? Like, what's the process?" I'm like,
did you think about that at the start, or you just like?
My processes have definitely changed since I have started working for myself, obviously, because, again, covering your own ass, you really need to do that. So being really firm with your terms and conditions, deposits being paid to make sure no one's out to just completely fuck you over and go, sweet, I'm going to take all your designs. So, figure out what exactly people want for starters, then send them through your pricing and everything, so like your quote, and then obviously they pay the deposit, and then obviously if they need it done within 2 weeks, you can do it in 2 weeks. Like, you just need to know all that sort of detail.
How do you prioritize who goes first and who goes last? Because
whoever pays their deposit first.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Do you have like a list?
Unless obviously they need a rush order or something. So
how long do you need to like make something happen? Like, what's your?
Oh, it depends the complexity of
how
the
quickly
project.
Say like a.
So if it was like
say like my thing, like mine was like a three package.
Yeah, you got a logo suite with yours.
Yeah.
So that was your 3 variations. So your main, your wordmark, and your tags, and then you got your style guide as well for your future branding and everything.
I was like, oh, I need like that done in 3 days. But you'd be like, look, bro, that ain't happening.
No, I think a lot of people do forget about the workload before them as well. Like, there's still Obviously, depending who you go to, and if you go to an agency or if you go to a freelancer, there'll always be more than like people in front of you in line waiting for their stuff too. So, well, in my case anyway, I've never been so like, okay, you have one client this week. So it's always back to back work for me. Like it's crazy. So it's a good problem to have, I think.
How you do with annoying clients?
Sorry?
How you do with annoying clients? Like clients that not annoying, that's a bad word, like picky or like indecisive clients. Because I felt I was pretty sweet. Like I didn't feel like I was.
Well, the people that do make your life super easy and obviously send you.
Shout out to Frank and the man.
People that make your life so easy that know exactly what they want. They pay their deposit up front, of their small business owners themselves. They're the best people to work with.
They understand that.
Oh yeah. They understand that you got bills to pay and shit to do.
Yeah, straight up.
But yeah, no, people that do take a little bit of time with sort of knowing what they want. Like, I know I've been put in situations like that before, so it's not like I'm out to get them. But like, obviously, as a designer, people don't understand how things work in your head to how they work in their head. They're like, oh, I want all these colors in my logo. And you're like, no, like it's not going to work that way. Or they want some big elaborate thing, but they want to put it like on business, or not so much business cards, but just like simple branding things. Like they just don't think of that stuff. So it's kind of hard to teach non-creatives creative ways and thinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's constantly that all designers are constantly an issue all designers are faced with it. They're like, holy shit, like I'm just over it.
So how you do with the stress then? How do you like, what's the...
Well, my body has honestly shut down me a couple of times in the last 6 months. The last 6 months have probably been the hardest of my business just because of the amount of work I've had coming through. Like I'm so thankful for it, but it's just been a long slog.
It's that balance, trying to find like a work-life balance where...
Yeah, but I completely believe in the theory of work hard now so you don't have to later in life.
Kick your feet up.
That's it.
Nah, fair enough.
So you'll never get anywhere working your average 9 to 5 job 5 days a week. So I find that the more work and effort you put in now that you're like, sweet, I'm going to get ahead doing this. So at some point you'll obviously get that back. But in the meantime, you're just like, holy shit, it never ends. Like,
so
you get to that point.
So for people that don't know, like break it down for us. What's like a regular... Because every day is different, right, for you, right?
Yeah.
So what's a usual day for a graphic designer? Like, what's your day like?
Oh God, wake up, smash 2 or 3 coffees. No, I used to abuse the hell out of coffee.
Like, straight black?
I was having them at like midnight to keep me awake till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So my heart was sort of like, no, we're not dealing with this anymore. I've got really high blood pressure. My skin hates me. I've got psoriasis now.
God damn.
I swear I had like asthma for 2 weeks. My ribs have collapsed. Like just everything that could go wrong sort of went wrong within a span of about 6-8 weeks. Like I got tonsillitis and everything as well. So like your body tells you to stop in ways you won't like it if you don't listen to it. Like that's a big thing that I've learned. In order to be creative all the time, you need to take the time to sort of stop and go, holy shit, okay, in order for me to be more creative and take good use of my time that I am actually in front of my computer, I need to switch off and like have me time and be re-inspired and all that sort of stuff. Because if you're working 24/7, your brain is just like flatline.
What do you get like, how do you get inspired like inspiration-wise for like designs and whatnot? If you get stuck.
Like obviously I live on Pinterest, Behance, like all those design sort of sites and everything, but I'm a person all about originality. Okay. I don't like copying other people at all.
You find that hard? Because nothing nowadays is very original.
Nothing is original these days. So, yeah, it is very hard in a generation where everything's just copies of copies of copies. So, and obviously with clients wanting things that they've seen as inspiration and not so original themselves. So when a client goes to me, oh, I want you to take full creative reign of this. You're just like, yes, like this is a good moment because you can do whatever you want with it, really.
And they're like, oh, that shit.
Yeah.
Then what?
And then they're like, oh, no, actually, I'd rather it look like this generic thing. So you're just like, oh, my God. But, yeah, no, when people go, it's like with tattoo artists and stuff. If you go to a tattoo artist and go, do whatever you want my whole arm, they're like, this is the best day ever. Like they can just go ham it with their creativity. It's just in general being creative. Having your own free reign of thought and what's actually happening is the best.
Fair enough. So like what's the goals for the company, I guess, or next few years? Five like short term and long term wise. Where you see yourself?
Yeah, or like there's been quite a few things that have crossed my mind in terms of actually getting things sort of going. Like I'd love to take a few people on probably the next 5 years to actually teach them about design.
Okay, cool.
Things that I wish I knew when I first started off, for sure.
Like what? So break that down for us.
When I first started working for myself, I wish I knew about font pages rather than using your set fonts in InDesign and Illustrator and all that.
Yeah, okay.
They don't really teach you that stuff at design school. Like, oh, yeah, just use the stuff you got. Wish I knew about fonts, stock images, obviously using things as inspiration.
Yeah, okay.
How to execute design properly. And just knowing when to take a break because you literally work yourself into the ground.
So how do you, with that, like, do you give yourself, like, days break between each week, or how does it, like, a week off, a couple of days off?
So I was working for a long time, 7 days a week, and then that would be like 2-3 o'clock.
And you got side jobs there too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I've always worked at least 2 jobs in my life, at least 2 jobs. So I've just got a casual retail job at Nike. I'm really lucky working for Nike, though, because they've got a lot of design aspects to their brand.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which I can sort of, like, I use as inspiration sometimes, or I'll see something on a shoe or on a T-shirt, like that looks really good.
Nike Garden City guys, pull up. Discounts.
Yeah. So, like, and I used to work with Tony Bianco. So that's a high-end shoe brand that originated in Melbourne. So that was one of my first retail jobs. So I've always worked in shoes. I love my shoes. Tony Bianco is a very minimalist, feminine brand.
Okay. Yep.
So the way that I've always dressed and approached things in that sort of sense, like Tony Bianco has actually been quite a big inspiration for me in terms of my design and my creative side of things. Cool. So I was actually hit up by one of the regional managers when I was working there to do it like a photo shoot and create content for her of a candle line that she did, which was super minimal and chic and stuff as well. So I was like, oh, God, this is so fun. Like, just adapting to that full, like, black and white, monochrome, minimalistic sort of thing was awesome. So,
favorite colors, black and white?
Oh, yeah. No, black for sure.
Black. People say it's a shade, not really a color.
Nah, 50 Shades of Black, 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know.
How important is that to you, like, being yourself, like, treating yourself? Because I see your style that you always, even, like, because you're the same, like, on Instagram or online, you're the same person as you are. It's the first time meeting Emma, by the way, so no one knows. It's the first time we're meeting. But
that's a good point, and I'm actually flattered you said that because so many people completely look like different people.
Yeah, straight up, right?
In person. So I'm glad that even now I'm like inspiring people to be creatives and designers as well. Like I've had a lot of people message me like, "Where did you study?" Oh my God!
I love your work. Oh my God!
Oh my God! It's
rewarding, eh? It's a weird feeling, eh? Like, because you're like, this is different.
Well, knowing that I can inspire people being around them as well as on social media is a big thing.
Yeah.
To know that I'm inspiring people in the first place is a big thing because that's always I'm like, geez, I'd love to be a person to be like doing good. Like, I've had people message me about where I studied, just for general ideas and information and, what would you do if you were put in this situation? Like that is the biggest form of flattery for me, knowing that people are coming to me for my profession, for knowledge and, how do I do this? Like it's just so big for me that
rewarding.
It's so rewarding. Yeah. Cause I've always felt like I was that person going, oh crap, what do I do? Who do I ask? I've never really had anyone that I can go to. I'm so lucky and thankful for my mate, Dan. He's 27. He's got his own design business.
Chat to Dan.
He's a graphic designer as well.
Yeah.
261 Designs. He's helped me a lot with just general knowledge for the industry, contacts and everything as well, and sort of just standing back for a bit and just assessing everything you've done rather than just going crazy hectic 24/7 is just, really opened my eyes up to the industry and everything as well. So yeah, definitely surround yourself with like-minded people. That's a big thing.
What's that word like designers? Are they like very open to help each other out? They're kind of like, nah, it's all like smart. I gotta keep to myself like the secrets.
I feel like photographers though, they're all out to get each other because it's such like
there's enough to go around.
Everyone's on the same trend at the same time. They're all just trying to do better than each other. Whereas designs like you can collab with another designer and do some cool amazing things. Or you can collab with a photographer and do amazing things, but never photographer and photographer because it's just like...
Doesn't work?
No.
Have you done that with other designers or not? No.
I have collabed with Dan, the 261 Designs. Yeah. We've done stuff together with logos and everything and it's... You swap ideas and then someone putting ideas to paper and then vice versa. It's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not so set on just what you know and what you think of things and then getting someone else's input input from another designer's perspective is really good.
How do you find out when somebody says, change this? You're like, motherfucker, like, this is my, like, it's like an ego thing, or it's like, this is my shit. Like, I'm telling you.
I think because I'm a person that hates being told what to do in the first
Likewise,
place, I sort of struggle with it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're the ones paying for it. So you're just like, all right, sweet, whatever. I'll just do how you want it to be. But when it comes to my own designs and everything, I'm real like, okay, I want it to be exactly like this. Like, as a designer, you have a ridiculous attention to detail, or the good ones do anyway. But yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
I feel like a up-and-coming designer out there that wants to start their own business or whatnot. What's like, is it all digital, right? You do everything on computer?
Yeah, sometimes you can do like you can draw things up and everything and scan it into your computer and everything. Yeah. It creates that trend that everyone's sort of onto now of like the freehand scripts and everything. I really want to get into calligraphy. That stuff's so cool. Like all the freehand writing and everything with inks and all that. Okay. But yeah, getting there.
In due time?
Yeah, probably.
So how would you what would you tell how would you start off? Like talk about computer, what computer would you get? What like setup would you have? All that shit. Yeah.
Well, even now, like I've probably got one of the best computers you could have for designing. Yes, if I didn't have the computer I had now, I'm so lucky that I've got everything I do. I'm so grateful for everything I've got. So if I didn't have the computer I had now, I'd have an iMac Pro. They're like $10K, and they've just released a new
$10K
for a computer. Yeah.
What if you're like? What if you're not that
like? Tech.
What if you're like basic wage? What would you get? Like a simple like Mac?
Yeah, a Mac Pro. You can get refurbished Macs really cheap.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it comes down to how your brain works, your creative processes and everything, not the equipment that you have.
Yes.
Like having the equipment helps massively.
Yeah.
Like people with the drawing boards and everything, like they can digitally draw up their designs and everything is great. But yeah, it's how you execute your ideas is the biggest thing, I think.
So a simple computer will do.
Yeah.
What programs do you use?
Creative Cloud, 100%. Illustrator, InDesign. Okay.
Photoshop or not really?
Yeah, Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop a lot more recently. And that's always been a thing. I've been like, no, I don't want to learn anything to do with Photoshop. I'm a graphic designer. I don't want to touch it. But I'm continuously learning new things about all the softwares. And because Adobe is such a big thing, like it's constantly changing and updating. You're constantly learning about new softwares and new ways to do things and execute your designs and everything too. So yeah, it's ever evolving knowledge, I think, for sure.
How do you avoid being boxed in like in terms of like people might see like a certain design like, oh, you do this type of design. Do you want to be known as I do logos for like PTs and restaurants and all that? So you want like a range of things that you want to be.
Well, I've never really limited myself to doing one specific thing in design. Like obviously I love doing logos and I guess it sort of shows in my work. That's what I'm more proficient in doing.
Yeah.
But as a person, and being as a creative person and designer, you need to be open to new opportunities and new things all the time to expand your knowledge and everything as well. So if someone goes, oh, can you design me a billboard? I'll be like, okay, I'll do it. So not limiting yourself to, one particular thing. You really need to branch out in order to create your experience in general. For sure. Yeah. Have you
felt people kind of box you in or not really from?
Look, I think as a creative person as well, if people go, oh, I want this done, or knowing your personal style.
Yeah.
Not doing things completely beyond your means and capabilities. Otherwise, then you're completely letting down the client. You need to still work within your means massively and be like, all right, being honest is a big thing as a designer as well. If you can't particularly do a project, be like, hey, look, I can't meet your deadline, or I can't do the design that you're after. That's one thing I wish I knew earlier to say, and actually be like, okay, look, rather than just saying yes to everyone.
You're trying to because it's like you're trying to make it in for yourself, trying to get some money, in your pocket. So.
And that's a big thing as well. You're wanting to make sure that you provide the best service you can for your clients. Yeah. And by letting someone down by saying, or not saying, by letting someone down by not being able to follow through with their brief and their expectations is a big I want to make sure that I'm obviously doing nothing but the best for my clients.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you would have known, when I was like, okay, I need to make sure that you love the final designs.
You're big on that, actually loving the design. Yeah. You're like, you don't like it, tell me you don't like it, and I'll fucking keep working on it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, cool.
So having pride in your work is a massive thing. So I think that may have been what's really been getting me through.
Yeah.
But because I had a client not too long ago. I literally said, okay, I want to make sure that you love the final design. He's like, oh, I'm not the sort of person that would say that they love work or like creative design work or anything. Yeah. I'm like, all right, challenge accepted.
Yeah, okay.
When did his logo, and he literally came back. He's like, I never thought I'd say this, but I friggin' love that. And I'm just like, yes, I did it.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's really rewarding when you know that you can get that back from clients.
What's the longest you would deal with a client, like going back and forth, like with a design? It's like a time limit. You're like, bro, like, we've been going back and forth for a while. Like, hey, man. Look.
It all depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Because some people don't even know what they want for breakfast some morning. So you can't read people's minds, and that's a massive thing that other designers would obviously know as well. You can't read people's minds. So I will literally sit there and ask a million questions until they literally tell me what it is they're roughly after even. So then I can at least put ideas to paper. Otherwise, if they go, oh, yeah, like I want this, and then I do all the draft up, it just ends up being a freaking 3-4 week project just because they don't know what they want.
Going back and forth and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wasting time. Are you a patient person? You feel like to a certain degree?
Well, as a job,
yeah,
I'm constantly waiting on people and obviously communicating with people. So I've become a lot more tolerant person, I feel, in doing what I do. But prior to that, no. Nah.
Short fuse.
If I don't get my way, get out.
What do you meditate or something? Or what?
I actually learned how to meditate probably start of this year. I freaked myself out because I was able to put myself in that deep of a relaxation that I passed out to. You know, have you ever been put to sleep at a hospital? Like
medication or something?
No, like when you go under for surgery and you get like
happy gas, whatever it's called.
You don't even remember going to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made myself that out of it.
Okay, sure.
I don't even remember falling asleep. So that was the last time I meditated. I was like, okay, I think we're done for now. Like, because I woke up 2 hours later, I was like, what the fuck?
Was it like a deep meditation? Like, you actually like...
I passed out. Like, KO, pass out.
You woke up like, shit, that was a good nap.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened? So I know that if I really need to switch off, I can. But even with like overthinking and everything, that's just a constant thing for any creative. Like your brain's just constantly working. Like our brains do not work like anyone else's. It's just like constantly like what's happening, assessing situations, all that crazy shit, ideas, what's coming up, stress with other work coming in.
So when you go out, are you always looking for inspiration? Like say you're just out, like just say you go out for dinner or some shit. You're always like, oh man, look at that. Like,
it's not like looking for inspiration.
It just happens.
For me, it's more of a thing that I pick up on badly designed menus or billboards or something. Like once
I'll change this, I'll do this to that.
Yeah, once you get in the mindset of a designer in the first place, like you'll see things and constantly be criticizing it. Yeah. You're just like, that looks like shit. Oh, I'd fix that. Oh, I know that font. Like it's just always in your head. When it becomes such a big part of your life, like it is for me, like being your job and your hobby.
Yeah.
It's just like design is just constantly going in my head. So
what about right now? You're like, look at this fucking setup.
No.
But bad, it's too shabby, right?
You just have a completely different mentality and approach to things in life when you're creative. You just like, like, oh, I could do something like that. Oh, I could make this better. It's just, improvement, I guess.
When do the juices flow in the morning, nighttime?
I used to be a mad night owl, but as of recently, I've sort of figured out me going to bed earlier, my brain works better first thing in the morning. But it's in winter, the initial getting out of bed is a big thing.
We get a heater, man.
Yeah. No, it's still warm, but it's just like, no, I don't want to go to bed right now.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky that my desk setup is only 30 centimeters away from my bed, but it's still just like, man, I don't want to work today.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But then other days, like you'll have a good night's sleep or you're seeing some cool inspiration or something the night before and you're keen as to wake up in the morning, get this work done, to smash it out. But then, there's always something in the way to sort of go, okay, this is not working today. Or a difficult client or something would come through and you just be like, oh my God, my day's just gone 100 to 0.
Up and down, eh?
Real quick.
Dickhead clients. Shout out to clients, man. That's your money, so you can't really handle it too much.
That's it.
What's your thoughts on social media, man? Like with the whole first of all, the whole new you can't see the likes BS.
I've never really been a big fan of social media. I haven't had Facebook or Snapchat for 7 years now.
Get on it.
But if it weren't for Instagram, my business wouldn't be where it is.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Insta, man.
Yeah,
like real one.
I love that the whole thing with likes is not there anymore because I personally don't believe being an influencer is a real job or a real career in life. You need, like, man, what if Instagram gets deleted? It'll be like MySpace. Like, people that were famous on MySpace.
So I feel like if you're
nobodies now, like,
if you're smart with it, like you can like grow to a certain point and have your own website, so it's not dependent on Instagram.
Everyone thinks they're an entrepreneur or some bullshit because they're selling friggin' Bitcoin online. Like, it's just, no, man. Like, get a job that is guaranteed you knowledge and experience in life rather than, I'm an influencer. I get paid to take photos of my butt. Like, cool. Anyone can do that. Anyone can have a butt if they do that pose. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. If I had a nice ass when I was a chick, shit.
I'm all for influencers that are actually out to do good and be good and make changes rather than just post all about it and boast about it that they're a good person. Like, you shouldn't have to post about it if it's actually doing something for the world.
Anyone you follow in particular gives you like online or social media kind of influencer that you follow that you find that's good content or good
No, man.
Nobody at all? Like nobody you follow on Instagram that you find okay, cool.
I find that influencers influence girls to hate themselves. They don't influence girls to be creatives, do something with themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'll influence you to go to gym and work out and drink this terrible tea that makes everyone sick, but they low-key hate themselves too most of the time. So
it's for a check, man. Like, they're trying to get a check. So
like, I'm not saying everyone's like that, but majority are. Like, I think that the world and day and age that we live in, people just need to calm down and just take a step back and go,
be yourself, man.
Reality is a thing that you need to be a part of rather than just living on your phones 24/7. That's like, it's a hard thing for me because obviously all my clients are on my phone. I'm always on my computer as well. Like, my screen time thing, I think the longest
10 hours?
Like 36 hours a week I'll be on my phone.
But
on Instagram.
But that's not from a business standpoint,
like it's so bad. Like, although majority of it is business, it's still
and memes.
God, that's literally all my feed is cars, dogs, and friggin' memes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It's people need to get back in touch with reality massively. And that's why I find it so flattering that people are actually inspired by me as a designer and a creative, what I do. Like, I could not push that enough for people to get into the industry because you start giving less shits about what people think about you. You're a happier person. You do what you want to do, like, rather than everyone out to impress other people.
I guess we've been taught to, or been conditioned to think that, man, like, when you come out of high school, you got to find a job that's stable, you know what I mean? Because you say, graphic design, you're like, well, what's that? It's not very, like...
Yeah. I think
so changing that stigma...
People are so set in their comfort zones, especially on social media.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that you do see on social media posting friggin' half-naked photos of themselves, you meet them in person, they're like hermits. They don't talk. They don't say anything. Like,
it's weird, eh?
It's weird. They're hiding behind a friggin' phone screen. So when you tell me, like, oh, you're the same as you are online, that's a good thing.
Because I meet a lot of people online and I see them in person. I'm like, bro, you're not the same person online.
It's like you're talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, it's like you have this big ass personality online, but in person you're quiet as fuck.
That's exactly it. Yeah,
it's all for show and stuff. That's what I pride myself into. Like, I'm the same. Well, I like to think I'm the same I am in person as I am online. Like, I don't really care what people think about me too much. Because I don't know, life's too short, man. Like, you can't be fucking stressed about shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That's the thing. It comes back to that. Life is literally so short.
Yeah.
That you, like, if I died tomorrow, I'd be completely happy if I died tomorrow because I've achieved everything I've wanted to since leaving school that, like I've said, that I've wanted to do. Work for myself, be a graphic designer, be making the amount of money that I am at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Bought my first brand new car end of last year. Like, all my goals
What'd you get?
I've been ticking off. I got a beat-up Polo.
Slight flags. What color?
It's white.
Crispy.
Crispy.
That's bad. So you've been ticking off like goals that you set for yourself. That's bad.
It's getting new shoes next. It's getting rims. So.
Do you have like new goals that you set for yourself?
Constantly. I don't.
How important is that to you? Like setting goals.
It is so important. Otherwise, you just have no purpose.
Writing it down and stuff too. Just keep it in your head. What do you recommend?
In my head mostly.
Yeah.
Because things change. Obviously, circumstances in life and everything change. So, like, I wanted to get my boobs done end of last year. And I was like, sweet, let's go do this. And now I'm like, you know what?
Why is that though?
Fake boobs won't make me happy. I'm going to buy a jet ski instead. So I'm currently in the process of getting myself a jet ski.
Instead of titties, go to jet skis.
Jet skis. titties.
It's high with titties, ain't shit, man. Live your life.
It comes back to the friggin' materialistic side of things. So people are so set up.
Were you influenced by that thing before you changed your mind, or was it just like always a thing that you wanted to get done? Like, I want to get my titties done.
People in my life at that point were like...
Breasts, sorry.
Yes. People in that point of my life were so set on how they looked.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, should I be looking this certain way as well? Yeah. So because I've been in that mentality to be influenced by other people that I should look a certain way.
Yeah, man.
Not good at all.
Yeah, if you're ugly, you're ugly. Yeah, like just rock it, man. Rock your. Hey.
It's not so.
I'm fucking around, but I know what you mean. Though, like, just be yourself. Who gives? Because people are like, if you be yourself, people gonna fuck with you because you are who you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because everyone's brought up in this day and age to think you have to look a certain way, you have to act a certain way. That just does my head in. And that's a thing, obviously, that shows in your work as well. Yeah. You shouldn't have to design a certain way. You shouldn't have to approach people a certain way, all that sort of stuff. So I guess it reflects in my work. Yeah, being original, being who you are, not giving a shit what other people think is a massive, massive thing. So
was that hard? Like initially, was that hard to like kind of learn or grasp? Like,
well, you don't realize these things until you've been put in the situations and experience for yourself. It's more of a thing of like self-discovery and realization of, no, I'm actually this person.
Yeah,
I don't look like that. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a majority. I'm my own person and being, and if the right person likes me for that, then so be it.
They don't fuck them in.
That's it.
Nah, that's bad. Now, I see you're passionate about this stuff. So what's your inspiration? Who's your inspiration? Because you mentioned your mom and your grandma.
Yeah.
Anybody else or just those two females or women?
My current people that I follow on Instagram, I love The Blacklist.
Yeah.
He's an amazing artist. He does a lot of mixed media stuff that I really, really loved doing when I was doing my visual art diploma.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that sort of stuff, like a lot, hey.
Yeah.
I wish I did more of it. I'd like to get like big collages and stuff printed up on canvases and start selling that kind of stuff.
That's something
to do that. But yeah, no, because he's so original with his work as well. Yeah, Blacklist, and then I follow so many design pages on Instagram. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Following design and creative things rather than influencers and people that hate themselves. What would you prefer?
What's that again?
Design and creative things that actually stimulate your mind and make you want to do stuff, or influencers that are just taking photos of their butts.
The first one.
Exactly. Follow more creative people in your life. Your whole mentality will change.
Some people like ass, you feel me? Why not have both? Why not both? I'm glad you have both. You know, balance everything, guys. So.
Oh my god.
Better ass, better designs, graphics.
Eye candy, but
But yeah, I know you mean.
Eye candy and soul food.
Stimulate the mind.
Yeah.
Not the eyes.
Yeah.
Nah, what's your why? Like, why do you do all this? Like, what is it that keeps you going every morning, like to get up and do this shit? Like,
knowing that I can be a better person, a better designer.
Yeah.
Knowing that you haven't reached your best and there's still so much more to come. Understanding the grind, like.
Yeah, it's hectic, eh?
Yeah. I'm always out to improve myself, what I can change of myself, even as a person. Like, I'm very content and happy with who I am as a person at the moment and like in general, but I'm always open to someone to teach me new things, different mannerism, different respects for people. Like, just being open-minded is such an important
That's
thing.
huge, eh?
Yeah. Because I've always been a person so fixated on my ways and my things.
Yeah.
But it's not until you meet certain people in your life, certain experiences in your life that literally grow you as a person, that if you live having regrets, you'll never grow as a person. You live and you learn and you grow so much as a person.
Is that what you live by? Like kind of like a little saying?
Never have any regrets.
Never?
You can learn from every situation in your life.
Sure. So, yeah. Everything's a learning lesson, right? Everything, right?
Sorry?
So everything's like a learning lesson for you?
Everything. Don't eat certain foods. Don't hang around certain people.
Do you think twice about, when you get an idea in your head, do you think twice about it or do you just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fucking do it?
No, I don't think, well, obviously, before you say dumb things, that's a big thing that I've learned as well. If I crack the shits at someone or something, I'd usually just
But in terms of like ideas or like doing something, because I see it like he's a tattoos.
Yeah.
Cool tattoos and stuff. Yeah. Do you think so much? Do you think twice about getting tattoos? Or you're I'm gonna do it, like, regardless?
I'm a person that's always known exactly what they want.
Yeah.
With everything. It's sort of a bad thing, but a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was the first tattoo you got? What do you have? What was the first one? Show us.
Stupid thing.
Was that Diamond Love Her?
Yeah.
Is that from like a...
Cover it up.
Was it for a boy or for a man? For yourself?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
Look at the lines on it, and then look at all this elaborate stuff.
Shout out to the artist.
Nikayla, woo! Nah.
What does it represent? Like, what do the tattoos represent? Like, is there any like special meanings to...
I've got a few things on me.
Give us 3 that kind of backstory behind them.
Well, my quote on my neck, it's from a band, Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
If you can't soar with the eagles, then don't fly with the flock. So, meaning if you can't be the best, then don't bother at all, basically.
Don't bother trying, yeah.
Yeah. So that's always been like a big thing that I've lived by. And like Bring Me the Horizon's music's gotten me through quite a lot in my life, which is weird, but
hey, man,
yeah, just relatable situations and things. You just like, yeah, sweet. And then you're just like, they're just chilling out.
Just kicking back, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
But yeah, no, a few of the artists that I've studied as well, I've got some of their work on me as well. Obviously inspired by minimalism and everything as well. It's a big thing in my life and my work. So having it on you is just like, yeah, I'm like inspiration.
Sweet.
To an extent.
You gonna get more? Like a sleeve or?
Yeah, I got about another 4 or 5 hours left on my arm, then she's done, and then go to wherever else. Parents hate them though. So.
Forehead?
Oh yeah, I do my face. No.
Would you ever do that?
I still got to show up to client meetings and stuff and look half professional, but...
Do they care much, like, because you had tattoos and stuff? Because I've been told, like, growing up, like, oh, you get tattoos, you can't get a job, all that bullshit.
Oh, my dad absolutely hates him. He's like, oh, you got tattoos on your hands, you're never going to fucking get a job anywhere.
Yeah, all
like,
that nonsense.
Rips into me about it. But I think because...
Look at me now, Dad.
Yeah. In this day and age, probably 1 in 3 people have tattoos.
Yeah, they only care about it, eh?
It's just a thing evolving of this day and age, like everyone's got tattoos, so it's not really seen as like they're covered in tattoos, they look weird, they stand out, or they've got blue hair, they look weird.
It is what it is.
So to an extent, like, yeah, people are following influencers going, oh, I want to be like that, but they're the really shallow-minded people, whereas the people that are out to express themselves and be their own person, you can tell who they are.
It's not forced there. You're like, that's natural. It's not a...
Yeah, exactly. They're their own person and being. They're not trying to be or follow anyone.
Yeah.
So
I asked earlier off camera, like, who would play you in a movie, like, and why? It could be anybody. That's be a
yeah, no, probably the chick from The Italian Job, the blonde one.
Yeah, that blonde chick from The Italian Job. Yeah, mad.
Oh my
What's
God.
her name? That'd be nice.
Love her.
Who's that?
Stella. Her name's Stella in the movie. I've forgotten her actual actor's name, but no.
What's the movie called?
Huh?
What's the movie?
The Italian Job.
The Italian Job. You can continue. I'm trying to look it up.
Her name's Stella. She's drives like an absolute boss. Drives a Mini for starters, and I love Minis. They're probably one of my dream cars. I'd love to own a John Cooper Works Mini one day. Yeah. That's what made that movie made me like Minis. Yeah, just her attitude and everything. You're just like, damn, I want to be on that level.
I can't find it.
And she's blonde too, so.
Is that why you look alike?
Yeah. I love her. In any other movies, well, I'm just like, yeah, she's so hot.
Anybody else? Just her?
Oh, probably Deadpool.
Deadpool. What, the actual character?
Yeah, you'd never die.
Would you want that though? Fuck, man. Like,
I don't know.
If you didn't age, that'd be pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
If you could pick a certain age.
Remember how he grows his legs out?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God, baby legs.
Now, Deadpool's a good example too, because he's himself, man. He doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. He's not a usual superhero. Like he's goofy as hell.
Yeah, that's why I like him so much.
Fuck, man, I'm strong as fuck. Just hit that table. Huh? What's her name?
Charlize. Yeah.
Charlize Theron. That's her name.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron. Oh, what a name! Shout out Charlize Theron. Who'd you want to see live though? Like 3 artists.
J. Cole, for sure.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Bring Me the Horizon. I've heard mixed things about Bring Me the Horizon. I think I'd prefer to appreciate them through my headphones or my speakers, to be honest.
But you haven't expressed them yourself. You can't say that. I hate when people say shit like that because you haven't been there, so you can't speak to that.
I've heard mixed reviews. J. Cole, Bring Me the Horizon.
I got an album coming out soon, so.
Yeah, shit. I don't know.
I got an album coming out soon, so you want.
That was the third one.
I got an album coming out soon, if you want. I got an album coming out soon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got an EP coming out soon, so I'm doing constant shows.
All day.
All day?
All day, chubby boy.
Is that like a band?
A single dude.
Aussie?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know if he's Aussie actually or not. But, you know, he makes really good music and more relatable stuff as well to my life and things I'm interested in. It's like good chill out music.
Is that important to you, or just like to like ignorant shit like trap music or? Like,
I listen to that stuff too. I love drum and bass. That really gets me in a rhythm for work. Like just the constant beat, just like working away. So yeah, drum and bass, pissed off metal. Slipknot for days. Nah, I listen to pretty much everything but country.
And
can't do country.
What do you mean can't do country, man?
Can't do country.
Hate it. Are you serious?
Hate it. I feel like I should be out
the
in the
horses
scrub.
in the back.
No, that's not even country.
Why not? You got Billy Ray Cyrus on the street.
I hate mainstream music. I absolutely hate mainstream music.
That shit, come on, it's true. It's catchy.
No, it is catchy, and whenever it comes on, I'll sing like the first maybe 2 verses and might not change it. Can't do it.
Riding on a tractor. No. You're a hater, bro.
I hate it.
Anyways, who would you have at dinner? Like 3 people. It could be dead or alive. Who would you have and why?
3 people at dinner.
They're dead or alive right now. It could be anybody.
Charlie Hunnam, because he's hot as shit.
What is he, an actor or something?
He is the dude of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, the dude with the goatee and shit?
Yeah. He's
okay.
So hot.
I don't know. Can't relate.
Shia LaBeouf, because he's just such a weirdo and such a character. He's just so weird. I'd love to pick his mind.
Yeah.
Geez, who else? A girl, particularly. Man. Who is that chick with the... I can't remember her name. Probably like Lindsay Lohan or some shit.
Ooh, why is that?
She's fucking crazy.
You like that? You like crazy?
If it wasn't Lindsay Lohan, probably Oprah or Ellen.
Oh, that's so different. You went from fucking Lindsay Lohan to fucking Oprah.
Yeah, I know. Because they'd be full of knowledge. Maybe I'd want to talk to them more and find out how they do.
But they say crazy people are pretty intelligent, man.
They are.
Because they think differently,
I'm sure
right?
Lindsay Lohan's not short of a buck.
Where's she now, though, these days? She's like in Russia or some shit? I don't know. I'm talking shit.
I have no idea where she is or what she's doing. Because, like she disappears off the face of the planet for like 2 years and then just comes back. Oh, there's Lindsay Lohan. Okay, cool. Okay.
Of all people, Lindsay Lohan. All right, what about if you weren't doing this, what would you be like career-wise?
If I wasn't a graphic designer.
It could be anything, too.
If I had the patience to go to uni, I'd probably be a vet because I love animals. Okay. Otherwise, I would be a beautician, I think.
Beautician, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Got to look after yourself.
Going off that uni remark you just made, do you plan on like going to the education kind of field in terms of like graphic designs, like teaching people how to kind of...
Look, like...
Well, not really.
I do want to teach other people, but to an extent. Like, I don't want to be like, sweet, here's your diploma that I've just ticked you off for. Like, I want to inspire other people to do things their own way, as I did. Like, you need to still figure out what you want rather than just going, sweet, I want to go do this because this person's doing it. I want people to go more on a self-discovery sort of thing rather than I want to do this because this person's doing it. I want them to figure out what they want and how they want to approach the industry.
Okay, man.
Yeah, because you can have like obviously just your normal generic designers like myself, which is a broad qualification. I can do so many things based off my qualification. Or there's other designers that specialize in things particularly. So they might even do like that would be more interior design, but like all the digital mock-ups and stuff for that. Because in a sense, interior design and graphic design sort of complement each other as well.
Yeah.
I looked at interior design initially before I started studying graphic design, but I couldn't do with the numbers side of things. I'm not a numbers person. I'm very much a creative thinker and need to have like things written and drawn up. So yeah.
No, fair enough. And then last but not least, like what would you give, like what advice would you give your your past and present self?
Shit.
Go past first. That's deeper. You're like, shit.
My past self?
Yeah.
Stop caring about what other people think of you and trying to please other people.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah. Do what makes you happy, man. Fuck.
Because I've always had so set in my mind, like my dad obviously was like, oh, you're going to marry a brain surgeon, had all these really high expectations of me.
Yeah.
And I've completely gone against the grain because I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to do what I want to do. And now as a designer, he's gone to clients of mine so I've got a window tinting client down the Gold Coast, Tint Daddies.
Oh, man, what a name. Hey,
yeah.
Tint Daddies?
Tint Daddies.
Oh, that's fire.
Cole and Daddies, Crystal, man. The coolest people you'll ever meet. My dad actually went down to their shop and I had done up all their brochures and flyers and stuff. Okay. And they just said the most amazing things about me and my work. And for them to say that to my dad He was like so proud of me. Like I was like, fuck yeah, I proved you wrong. Like I'm doing everything you've sort of said that you're like, oh yeah, I've got all these high expectations of you. Yeah. Like obviously that's a thing out of good parenting, and I'm so grateful for my parents for being so strict with me.
Yeah.
Because you see friggin' people our age these days running around doing dumb shit. You're like, dude, your parents hated you. Just
they want the best for you. At the end of the day, like you might think they hate you, but it's not. It's out of love, man. And I mean, they're looking out for you. So
exactly. So
that's mad.
To prove your own parents wrong and go, look, I did this by myself.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good feeling. So, and I'm still nowhere near where I even want to be as a designer. So there's still a lot more to come. And then my present self.
Yeah.
Take time for you, for sure. That's a thing that I'm still trying to wrap around my head at the moment. Is just you need to have your one day off at least a week just to switch off, not touch your computer, not touch your phone, just detach from all that online world. Because that's what resets your inspiration so much. Because I'm the sort of person that feels guilty if I don't work all the time.
Yeah, I get like so kind of like anxiety. I get real like
it's
anxious.
It's really, really bad. I looked into it the other day and read into it a bit, and there was an article up about all that sort of stuff that it is a common thing that people do feel guilty for not working.
Yeah. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, you've been brought up on really good ethics and work ethics. So general,
thank God. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, but at the same time, in order for you to be more productive, you need
time
to take
off.
That time
that's
off.
The hardest thing.
Yeah.
I feel like a bum, man. Like I'm doing nothing. Look at me sitting home doing nothing.
Like, yeah, I'm all for literally being a lazy bastard and doing nothing all the time, but I don't know how people literally wake up in the morning and don't have a job to go to. Like, I need purpose in my life, or else I'd be like, nah, get off this earth.
I don't know, bro.
Knock them down. I love that I have purpose in my life, so... Yeah.
Nah, man, that's dope. Well, thanks again for coming in, man. We appreciate it. Catching a vibe with me. Do you want to plug in your Instagram where people can find you? Go ahead. Like, where can people find you?
Yellow graphics on the gram.
Spell it out. What is it? E, go ahead.
E for Emma, L for Louise, R for Raise, and graphics.
Cool.
One word.
And we're just straight DMs? Straight DMs saying, hey, what's up?
Straight in the DMs, or there's an email button there to hit me up.
Easy.
Slide into my emails.
DMs, emails, easy.
Slide into, that.
Hey, man, go. Emma's real cool, man. She did my logo and design stuff. You guys will see it when it comes out, but I really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much.
Nah, it's dope. I think it was a good episode, so wrap it up. That's how we go, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks so much.
We out, man. Once again, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, listening. I'm very humble, very grateful, very thankful, man. So until next time, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Peace.